Former New York City Police Commissioner Bernard Kerik is with us now. You were the police commissioner on 9/11. 15 years ago you were. Yes, you were.
Yeah, I was.
I remember right after 9/11, I was in Manhattan, and I saw the people of New York line the streets and applaud as police officers raced down there to get to the destruction. They were standing several deep, cheering police officers.
Well, not only cheering police officers, Stuart, they were cheering the president. They were cheering the country. They were cheering the flag. Democrats, Republicans, you name it. You know, there's this story. I was driving down the West Side Highway with the president, with Mayor Giuliani, Governor Pataki. We were all in the same vehicle. And the governor and the president looked out the window, and the president said, look at these people. Look at how great they are. And Giuliani looked over at him, and he said, Mr. President, I hate to be the one to tell you this. He said, but not one of those people voted for you.
That's
true. And it was a very true statement, but it talked about the resilience of the city. It talked about the people coming together, uniting.
And look at us now, Bernard. Look at us now. Police officers are ambushed. And the flag is not respected. We've got people kneeling. They won't stand for the flag. I mean, how did we come to this?
Listen, I'm going to tell you, this whole not standing for the flag, I think the members of the NFL, and the NFL specifically, they need to remember there's a player, one of their players, Pat Tillman, in 2002, after 9/11, gave up his cushy, game job, making enormous amounts of money like these guys make, went into combat to fight the enemy that attacked us, and it took his life. If you're not going to stand for anything else, stand for him. I think this is nonsense. It's garbage.
Now, I read your material, and you have said that the terror threat today is bigger than the terror threat 15 years ago when they took out the Twin Towers. Justify that. How do you mean a bigger threat now?
I think it's far more substantial because you have ISIS, you have Al-Qaeda, you have the internet, you have recruitment of this radical Islamic movement that we never had before. We didn't even know existed. And all that stuff has grown over the last 15 years. We don't have a real global strategy on how to take out this threat abroad. Our intelligence capabilities have gotten better here, but they have to get better internationally. We don't have an educational process to teach young Muslims that the way of jihad is not the way of your religion. There's all these things that should be taking place, should be done. They're just not happening.
There's a different terror threat. I mean, that was a threat that killed almost 3,000 people, virtually knocked out our great city.
The most substantial terror attack in world history.
But the threat today is more diffuse, a smaller scale. Is it? No?
But it is, but it's global. It's like having millions of chameleons. You don't know who these people are, where they are.
That we're going to have to live with this. No matter who is the president, no matter who does what.
You're going to have to fight the enemy abroad. You're going to have to take out ISIS and Al-Qaeda and these major groups. But there's a long-term process that we have to go through to change this.
Bernard Kerik, police commissioner on 9/11, 15 years ago. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Stuart, thank you.
Much obliged to you, sir.
Thank you.